All right, y'all. So we got Speakeasy and the Arena covering the whole Brian Branch and JuJu situation. Let's go ahead and check this out.
Happened at the end of the game last night on Sunday night. The depleted Lions secondary room is going to be even lighter come next week as Brian Branch has been suspended one game for beating the Braves.
They depleted? They facing injuries? Injury bug still going on in Detroit? I didn't know they was missing DBs.
Off of JuJu Smith-Schuster.
Can we establish something? Can we keep that picture there? You know what? Care Bear, do this.
Yeah.
Go find my response to Ryan Clark's tweet and pull up that picture. I tweeted a response.
I'll pull that one out.
If you are JuJu25, and Shady taught me this, because Shady be taking boxing classes. I said, Shady, why you be boxing so much?
Seen a lot of fans want Ravens fans want Harbaugh gone. That's an interesting one, all right. I'm not gonna lie.
He said, Acho, I be talking on.
But they were calling for Mike Tomlin as well. You know what I mean? I think if a head coach can consistently put together winning seasons, they're a good head coach. What they need to find is good coordinators because they can't run everything. You know what I mean? So I mean they're calling for Mike Tomlin last year. Now Mike fixing it. I think Aaron Rodgers is a big point to fixing that offense. But yeah,
on TV now. I know I got to be ready. You never know who's going to pull up on you. You know what I'm saying? I got to be ready to throw them hands. Before we get to the suspension, if you're JuJu, you can't talk cash if you don't know how to fight. Like this for y'all at home. This is the most important conversation we're going to have all day. Given how bold everybody is on YouTube, I know in the comments y'all talking reckless. You're cussing somebody out right now in the comments. If you don't know how to throw hands, you got to learn how to be more polite. Because now JuJu walking around with a bloody nose. JuJu walking around crying with tears in his eyes. JuJu walking around, you know what I'm saying, all types of whooped up. And it's only because he didn't know how to fight. There it is right there to the right. There it is right there to the right.
I got you.
I don't think this got everything. I don't think it got anything to do with JuJu don't know how to fight. I don't think that's that.
Like I just think people have to learn JuJu because
maybe he do or he don't, but I don't think this has anything with him knowing how to fight.
Otherwise, you're going to end up looking like this. Go ahead, Rome. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
Wait, with the Brian Clay, what do you say?
I didn't even see the punch. I didn't even see him get punched. Not gonna lie to you. I seen Brian Branch hit him, push his face, like slap his face with when he had the helmet on, but I didn't see the punch.
He just said we got to get this wiped off the internet. I agreed. I said you got to get that wiped off the internet. I mean,
oh man,
that's a bad pick.
War scars, man. But
Shady,
I will say there's a lot of people they don't really like JuJu for some reason.
That's my point.
It's the TikTok stuff he did.
Correct.
So people was like parading about it. But I mean, we are NFL. These are all our brothers. It's brotherhood. So I'm not happy he got his hands. I don't.
But are you surprised?
JuJu cool in my book. I mean, if he is a nuisance on the field, I don't ever see it. So I never had a dislike for JuJu.
it was a bit of a cheap shot, to be honest.
Hell
with you.
no.
I put my hand out to go shake it, and you muff me immediately.
Nah, the reason it's not a cheap shot. The reason it's not a cheap shot is because you got to see how Brian Branch. Let's debate this. Pull up. I posted the clip. Now you'll find it. I posted the clip like 8 tweets ago. I want y'all to tell me Brian Branch was in the wrong because cheap shotting somebody's in the wrong. But like JuJu, play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yeah.
Rome, get ready to take it. Like play stupid games, win stupid prizes, bro. Like if you gonna knock cuz out like you did top of the screen. Like if you gonna block him in the back, yeah, it was legal.
Oh, sheesh.
Like play stupid games, win stupid prizes, bro. Like if you gonna knock cuz out like you did top of the screen. Like if you gonna block him in the back, yeah, it was legal.
Yeah, no, he didn't have to do that. The run is to the entire other side. I mean, it's football. So if they don't call the flag on it, it's football. But that is unnecessary, very unnecessary.
Legal because the refs didn't call it, but it was illegal because it was a block in the back. So like if you gonna cheap shot
That's
him,
football though. What are we doing? That's football.
If it was,
I get it's football, but at the end of the day, it's two sides to it. He is right. It's football. But outside of football, people got to go home to their families. People got all this other, you know what I mean? Like, people got to worry about life after football. And if that's not in the field of play, let's say if the run is going to his side, then for sure. But he's clearly not, Brian Branch is clearly not affecting the play. So I can see why Brian Branch is mad. But again, it's football. And compounding hits like that on other players, you're going to take a toll on them throughout the game, and it can affect them mentally. So that gives you an edge in the game. So, yes, it's two sides to it, which is, again, if they don't get called, you good. I mean, again, and that, that type of play is, most teams want that. But, Brian Branch thinking about the aspect of how unnecessary it was, or probably how much it hurt.
An illegal hit, I understand why Brian Branch went back illegally. Now, of course, Brian Branch should get suspended, and Brian Branch shouldn't have punched JuJu. But Shady, what also is football is, if somebody gets you, I'm gonna get my lick back. Let's not act like we ain't seen this before.
Yeah,
you gotta save it for in between the lines though. And I get maybe you just didn't get it. Maybe he didn't get another opportunity to get back at him. You gotta let God handle that one. It is what it is.
It's in the white lines. It's football. It's football.
So are you mad at Brian Branch?
No, it's football.
Okay, and are you mad at JuJu?
Nah.
Bet. So
it's football.
We saying the same thing.
I'll be honest, if I'm a Lions fan or I'm a Lions coach, I'm very mad at Brian Branch, which is what I saw out of Dan Campbell at the post-game presser. You are extremely depleted. We got Kirby Joseph out there limping off the field, having to walk back out there because you have nobody playing in that defensive backfield. You're one of the best players on this team. Maybe swallow your pride right there.
Yeah, you got to, bro. Got to, especially with what they Lions lost. Did they lose 2 in a row, or am I tripping? No, I think it's just one. They're 4-2 though, right?
You cannot risk.
Yeah, you can't afford to be losing games, or even as important of a player he is, getting suspended for multiple games. You know what I mean?
Getting suspended.
You might be right, but coach, we had a game last year in playoffs, and you just don't want to take the field goals. We can play this game. You want to play this game?
That's not related.
It's what?
Nah.
Put the ego aside, dude. We got the game win. Kick a field goal. We can always point fingers on if you want to do that.
I mean, look.
Come on now.
Should Brian Branch have gotten suspended? Absolutely. Because you can't allow players after games to just come up and throw hands. So should he have gotten suspended? Absolutely. Do I, as a former athlete, understand why Brian Branch did that? Absolutely. Because oftentimes, if the refs aren't going to do their job in refereeing, then I'm going to do my job. And that's what Brian Branch said at his locker after the game. He said, I'm not going to get bullied. If the refs are going to let them cheap shot me, then I'm going to go get my lick back. So do I understand why Brian Branch did what he did? Yes. Am I advocating for Brian Branch doing what he did? No. Should Brian Branch have been suspended? Yes. All those things can be true. And we've seen it before.
But you know what? He got to put that picture, right, in his game room or the man cave, and he show his son, look, son, when somebody bullies you, you do this.
Right there.
Yeah, I like that. It's a lesson, always in a lesson.
Yeah. Shady, because I was thinking about this today. Have you ever had a moment 2-5 where like you knew somebody got you and you was gonna go get your lick back?
Yeah.
Hey, you don't risk your job though. Brian Branch, he's a all pro caliber player. I think ultimately, if he can keep the level that he's playing at up, for another 5+ years, we might see a couple all pros in his future. I think he has Hall of Fame talent at the position, but that's to be determined. But anyways, though, you don't risk your job because you can do this and be in a position of a Shiloh Sanders, and now you're not on an NFL team. So
I mean, nobody ever really got you, obviously, but like, do you have?
No, but I've had guys.
They lost to the Packers and the Chiefs.
I had a lot of respect on the field for sure, but people would try to do stuff to me, and guess what? I would get them back.
Yeah,
that's part of the game. Oh, you got me? Cool. I'm gonna see you later.
I'm definitely gonna
see you later. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do something dirty to you.
Yeah, and that's my thing.
What
Brian Branch messed up, if I'm being honest, Care Bear, he got caught. He messed up because he got caught.
Yeah,
JuJu cheap shot of Brian Branch and didn't get caught.
Yeah, cheap shot him on the field.
That's how it works, though.
You wouldn't have a suspension. You would have cheap shot him
on the field.
Yeah,
you would
have a little scuffle during the.
I think I heard the same conversation with Shiloh, but again, that's why you don't retaliate. Anyways, though, we're gonna go ahead and check out the arena's thoughts on this here.
You love a good scrumble, right? You love it. Akeem, who was most in the wrong for the Lion Chief post-game fight?
My strong safety was wrong.
Okay, there we go.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. If my strong safety get in a squabble every other game, I'm cool with that. Like Wade used to tell us I don't want to.
You're fine with 7 in the year?
Wade used to tell us, hey, we better get 2 15s today. We had a 215 minimum on that 2015. But we better get 215.
That's
Attitude,
interesting.
don't do nothing stupid. But if it's an attitude play that come up, we need that. You know what
I'm with
and
you.
Whether it was me or TJ Ward, that was my strong safety. Malik Jackson, Danny Trevathan, we had our 15-yard guys. Like, we gonna get our 15s just for Wade. We need that. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, that's Branch's role on the team, man. Hey, he the squabbler. JuJu doing too much.
Wait a second. So Wade Phillips and Gary Kubiak both went to the Broncos. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. They both left Houston and got a chip.
Talking, he didn't know it was gonna end like that. Hey, it is what it is, man. So he had to pay
You don't
for
think
it.
he's going to get benched? Fine.
Nah, he gonna get fined for sure.
Yeah.
He gonna touch his pockets, but I mean, hey, he making it right now. You know what I'm saying? He'll be all right.
Yeah, so I agree. Branch is in the wrong.
Yeah.
You can't do that, especially post-game. You can't do it. The game's over. I mean, you can chirp, but just walk away. We don't need you getting a fine, and more importantly, we don't need you getting suspended. So I'm hoping that it doesn't come to that, to where they suspend him. But I do agree with the key, because he was provoked, and this was instigated, and this goes back into not only the Patrick Mahomes play, but if you go back in the fourth quarter with 3.5 minutes left to go in the game, you can see Branch come down and run support. The Chiefs run the ball to the right, but he comes down and run support on the backside. And as a receiver at that X position, JuJu, he's taught to block MBM, which is most dangerous man. Well, your most dangerous man is the corner. He neglected the corner and went straight for Branch, and Branch turned his shoulder to go make the backside, to make the play on the backside. I don't even think he would have made the play, and JuJu shoved him right in the back. And then not only did he do that, he stepped over him afterwards like AI, walked over him, and then Branch saw that, he got up and started chirping. So that had just happened less than 10 minutes in real time, 3 minutes in game time. So they knew that happened, and then you get to the end of the game, takes a knee. I love JuJu. I went to USC with him. He's one of my really good friends. He went out bad on that play. He did not win that fight, so I don't like that for him. But you can tell, as soon as Pat took that knee, JuJu looked to his own sideline and said, "Let's go." But then at the last second, as Branch was walking up, he turned to him and said something else. He did.
And
I
think
think
Branch
already had on his mind, I'm going to go take action. And then that last little bit that
Instigated
JuJu
it.
did, that turned into him open fist punching him in the face.
Yeah.
And then JuJu, man, he flopped. I don't know why he flopped and then
should've
got
left
up.
it at that.
Just stay flopped. Just stay
leave it.
flopped.
I think JuJu was flopped because it's like he still was in game mode technically, and then he popped back up. Like, oh no, game over with.
My head. Stay
could be
flopped,
wrong.
get the 50 or
He did
not a
the
15
hold
yard, get the
me
fine.
back.
Yeah.
Hold me back, man. Hold me back.
And then you got
Okay, be
tossed.
for real. You would not stay flopped. You'd be so
I'm not
mad.
JuJu.
I'm not saying
I'm the Brian Branch of the situation.
Yeah.
I'm not the JuJu of the situation.
You would have
know what
never
I'm saying?
got flopped.
But with that all being said, like I get it. I get why he did it. And
He shouldn't have did it post game.
no, he should have done it post game.
Just leave it alone post game. You should have, right when he hit you in your back, you should have got up and did it right there in the game. You know
But
what
he
I'm saying?
said post game too. The thing that pissed him off the most was like, all right, took the cheap shot, hit me in the back,
Right.
but I'm not even getting a penalty for that. I'm not even getting a block in the back. You guys are doing nothing. Then he steps over me, and there's so much emphasis on taunting.
Yeah.
You're not doing shit either to
That's
protect
because
me.
the
So I
play
guess
went
I
this
gotta do it
way, and they
myself.
ain't really even paying attention to something that had nothing to do with the play.
Yeah, but you got multiple referees. They got to keep their
But
eyes
get
on
that
it
flag
all the
in the
time.
game. That's all I say
Yeah.
to my strong safety, bro. They can handle that shit right there.
Yeah.
What we waiting after the game for? He hit you in your back, get up and sock him out right there. You know what I'm saying? What we waiting
Well, he
for?
was
You know what
keeping
I'm
his cool until the last JuJu comment.
Now, you make it
came up.
worse when you do it after the game. You know what I'm saying? You make it a big deal. If you would have got hit, got up, pop, hit him in his shit, then everybody be like, look, he did a dirty play, he got up and hit him. They might not even find your ass for it. You know what I'm saying? So you just earned 100,000 or so,
Okay. I'm not the biggest Mahomes fan either.
Love you, Skip.
And I hear everything you just said, but Patrick Mahomes provoked this. Patrick Mahomes is not without blame here because as Brian Branch is walking, Mahomes is going to rub it in. He's going to go shake his hand.
He can shake his hand.
He extends his hand, and it's clear Brian Branch wants no part of it. And Mahomes reaches and says, you are not going to let me, I'm Patrick freaking Mahomes, you're not going to leave me hanging here. I'm going to reach out, and I'm going to grab your hand whether you like it or not, and I'm going to shake your hand. You can't do it. You beat him fair and square. I got it. But you did taunt him, and you should have been thrown a 15-yard flag for that because that was excessive celebration. That was taunting.
Mahomes taunting him by shaking his hand, I'd have to see the context.
I see less taunts get thrown 15-yard flags for.
100%.
And you can't, you're just rubbing it in. You're antagonizing and you're provoking him because you know he's not happy with you or your wideout. And I think that the initial provocation was that JuJu was mad that he wouldn't shake his hand. That was the first thing that happened. And JuJu said something about that, which then it just went up in smoke. And speaking of smoke, he got smoked because Brian Branch does not mess around.
Nah, he don't.
Yeah, he's.
But I think Patrick Mahomes, he entitled. He scored a touchdown. He did this boom, boom.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but if you reach for somebody's hand and they're not going to shake it, just let it go. Pull your hand back,
but
let
I
it
don't
go.
think you reach for his hand, he don't shake it, man. You all right, brother. You could cool. You could touch him. Like, come on.
And you won. Like, you won the game.
Yeah, I mean, if the game over with, I don't know about it. You know what I mean?
Hey,
All right,
bro,
go
like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, but you're rubbing
all
it in.
right, baby.
You are
We
rubbing
talk
in
all
your.
day.
I'd have to see context, and it to me, it don't sound like it's that bad. I'd have to see context.
I don't think Mahomes trying to shake his hand is what he was worried about in that moment. It looked like Branch had one person in mind.
JuJu
and that was JuJu Smith-Schuster.
That's probably why he
because of
didn't
that
shake
hitting the
Mahomes'
back.
hand.
He was
because
blacked
he had
out.
you on his mind.
Yeah, he was like, I don't care about
Lasered
15.
in.
I don't agree with
I'm
the
going
post
for
game.
JuJu.
I thought he should have handled it right there. He knocked you on the ground. You could have got up, got at him right there.
Do you think though that he didn't want to do that because he didn't want to hurt his team and get a 15-yarder in the game at that point? Just all right, bet I'll see you after the game,
Hey,
and then
man.
we'll handle this because I know I can't get a penalty now. I'll take the fine and call
Hey,
it a day.
Branch thought that JuJu hit him a little late after the whistle. That's what.
You gotta know though. Whatever you do after the game, you're gonna you're gonna get a fine. But if you punch somebody, you already know that's automatic suspension. When have we ever seen somebody get punched in the game and they only get fined?
What he said after the game.
I thought he thought it was a block in the back.
No, yeah, he did. Because he said it was a block in the back.
Yeah.
And people were arguing it was a shoulder. That was a block in the back. He turned, he hit him right there, he fell forward. That's a block in the back. But what pissed him off the most is he said, no one's protecting me out here. They've got 0 penalties all day and stuff like this is happening. Like, come on, man. Like, what do you want me to do? You want me to retaliate? Then I'll get a 15-yarder. You got to protect him in that moment. And then he steps over him, and you don't call that either. Now, I don't know if they saw it, but yeah, I get it. Like, you have to be.
I didn't see the step over, but stepping over somebody is OD. Yeah, beefing like that, then I mean, I guess. Yes, but I don't know, that's a little overkill, especially after blocking somebody like how JuJu blocked him. If he blocked him like that and stepped over him, oh my gosh. But again, it goes back to it's football, and this stuff affects players mentally, which it did. It affected Brian Branch. He was irritated. He was mad, and I mean, you kind of want a little bit of dirty stuff in the game, but again, outside the game, that affects players outside the game. You know what I mean? You know, their bodies, all that. That's what they think about. Like, bro, you didn't even have to do that. I could have got hurt. You know what I mean?
You're
better in
gonna
that
do
situation, but
you do it right then. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And if you're worried about getting a flag, now you're worried about getting the FedEx in your locker Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? So it don't make no sense to me.
Brian Branch said after the game, I'm tired of people doing stuff in between the play and the refs don't catch it.
exactly.
Yeah, so that's what it was
exactly.
In between the play.
Yep.
But to his credit, he stood up to the media, he didn't duck, and he said over and over again, it was a childish thing that I did.
Right.
And Dan Campbell apologized, which surprised me a bit, even though as an organization, they want to put forward this front of we do it the right way, we do it class, you know,
Yeah.
they do. I give you that. But Wade wouldn't apologize. Like Wade's the DC, but not the head coach. He was a head coach, but in your case, he was just your coordinator.
Nah.
But after
Bill
the
wouldn't
game,
apologize neither.
I don't think he would have. I was a little surprised that Dan Campbell apologized. You just say, I need to look at the film. You know, I need
He's
to
just
go
trying
look
to
at
save
it.
his pockets
Yeah,
a little bit.
maybe.
And
Save
heat of the moment, man. Branch is a good guy. He's just trying to help him out a little bit.
Well, he did say, I love Brian Branch. And I don't know how you couldn't love him because he can flat play.
Man, he a dog, man.
He's
So
Pro Bowl.
I think that's also though Dan Campbell just being authentic. Like that's who he is. Like he's gonna get up there with authenticity and be like, hey,
I got you later,
apologize. He's
Lion.
not sitting there thinking, how can I handle this?
Nah, he really-
a certain way. He's like, hey, that's on me. That's my bad. We got our ass kicked tonight. Unacceptable. I love him. We'll talk about it. We'll get it fixed going forward, and let's put it behind us. Like,
I don't think
like
he was
when a
being
leader does
authentic because I think really deep down in Dan Campbell, he like, he hit my dog in his back. He should have socked him in his fucking
That's
mouth.
true.
You know what I'm saying? That's really
I
how
think that's what he wanted to say?
Yeah, that's how he wanted to say, but he like, man,
I can see that from Dan, like behind the scenes. You know what I mean? I can see that from him behind the scenes. But we're gonna end the topic there. Let me know your thoughts on it. We're gonna move on to the next segment. Appreciate y'all for watching. Subscribe, stay tuned, stay blessed.